Good morning, everyone. It's going to be another busy day. I'm Walt Gray. Welcome to Morning Blend. Bria, let's get straight to our wildfire coverage right now.
It's going to be another tough day for firefighters on the Caldor Fire. Conditions are some of the worst that we've seen since it started.
Here's where the fire is as we speak. The fire's perimeter now extends east of Echo Summit across Highway 89. The darker the red squares, the more recent the detection of heat.
And then this shows you the hot spots. Overnight, the fire continued its march into the Tahoe Basin. So let's send things over to Rob, get straight to the forecast at 6:01.
This is really tough. What we're looking at is straight up pure alignment with where the fire has been, where it's going. And remember, this is not a normal day weather-wise. This is a red flag warning day, and you've heard me talk about this for years now. The point of a red flag warning day is that we know that on days like today and tomorrow, the fire behavior will be extreme. We know that. And that's unfortunately exactly what we have today. The other very concerning part of this fire is that the way that it's lined up is that it will push further into the Tahoe Basin, and what's ahead of it is structures, homes, businesses. A lot could be lost today as long as the fire lines up and behaves the way that it certainly could under red flag conditions, folks. So this is a very dangerous day. Now, what we've seen overnight is the fire move deeper into the basins, come down off Echo Summit. It is now established in Christmas Valley. That's all those hot spots you see there from satellite imagery. And I put the yellow arrow because this is roughly the way that the fire will move today. Now, there'll be twists and turns. There'll be things that are expected and things that are unexpected, but we know roughly where it's going, and that is why we have such concerns on a day like today. Now, the winds are calm at the moment, but they will be gusting 30 to 35 miles per hour at times in the basin, and that's going to be the reason why everybody's out, and we're going to have a major firefight on our hands today. Now, for more on-the-ground reporting, we've got Devin Haskins, who's been there overnight, witnessing things, seeing some good things happen, and then also some very unusual things. So Devin, let us know what you've seen and what you expect today.
Yeah, right now we're in South Lake Tahoe, kind of near the California-Nevada state line. So before we set up here, we're actually in Myers, about 8 miles away. Caught up with crews on the front lines of the Caldor Fire. The fierce nature of the Caldor Fire coming down the hill, dangerously close to this house right here within feet. But what's actually working for this house right now is the defensible space here on the ground. You can see the path carved out right there. It's about 8-10 feet away. But the wind is actually pushing the flames up the hill, and firefighters say that's actually helping it slowly burn down. Already more than 400 homes have burned and thousands of others are threatened as these flames continue to spread. Showing just how dangerous it is out here, this chunk of burning tree fell about 20 feet down. It happened near South Upper Truckee Road and Highway 50. Right away, the fire crews working below were pulled out. And in the downtown area of South Lake Tahoe, not a soul in sight as streets and sidewalks were bare. And with 21,000 evacuated, we found this bear searching for food in the garbage cans of this car wash. So the casinos here on the Nevada side of the border are telling those that are staying here, stay put. They're also saying, don't come here also. They had to cancel a concert this coming weekend, and they're like, do not come, it is not safe. Let's send it back to Walt.
All right, Devin, thank you. There's going to be all forms of wildlife coming down the mountain to try to get away from the fire and looking for food and looking for safety. Devin, thank you. Brittany, you're also following what Devin's up to.
Yeah, I've been watching all his tweets throughout the night because I think it really does show a live perspective of what's happening. Devin tweeted this out a couple hours ago. You can see just the conditions on 50, those embers, the winds, as firefighters work to clear out that area. So in the traffic center, this is a big portion of why 50 is shut down. So again, let's talk traffic, and I want to make sure you're prepared. I know we talk about this every time you see me on TV, but it's a big deal, and I just need to make sure I cover everybody who's watching. So 50 shut down, Sly Park to Myers, Highway 89, Pickett's Junction, and 88 at Dewdrop. These are the areas that are shut down. You'll need to take 80, and of course now CHP is actually screening trucks on 80 to make sure that the brakes are okay so that we don't get into a situation where we have a fire. So a lot going on in the traffic center. I know yesterday evacuation traffic backed up for miles. Thankfully, that's not the case I'm actually going to show you a look at that coming up in about 15 minutes. But I want to go over to Tracy Humphrey, because you've been on 89 for the past couple of hours. I see the fire behind you. What can we expect right now?
Well, you know, we actually moved farther down Highway 89. So we started to drive a little bit more closer to Highway 50, a little bit more to the west. And here's what we found. Take a look back behind me. Numerous hot spots spanning at least a quarter to a half mile. Again, this has jumped Highway 89. And I don't know if you know this or not, but no fire has ever crossed the Sierra until this year. The Dixie Fire and now the Caldor Fire. So we are definitely looking at a new normal when you start talking about wildfire activity. With this particular fire, with the Caldor Fire, the concern is going to be the winds. You know, firefighters were really making some inroads. Containments had gone up. And then the winds kind of kicked up Sunday. They kicked up again yesterday. And now it is game on. This fire is more than 186,000 acres. The winds are going to be pushing it to the northeast. Southwest winds are going to be gusty during the day. Rob talked about that red flag warning. And because of the red flag warning and because of the opportunity for gusty and high winds, there is an evacuation order in place for South Lake Tahoe, and people honored it yesterday. Tahoe Boulevard was bumper to bumper. It was like a parking lot. Everyone was getting out. And when we drove in this morning, it was like a ghost town. Those spot fires are going to be something they're dealing with, because as the winds pick up, it's all about the embers, and embers can fly up to a mile in advance. So you're dealing with that parent fire, and then all of a sudden you get all these numerous spot fires up ahead of you. And let's not forget the terrain. If they're in really hard to get places, firefighters can't get there to fight them. They can't get the type of resources that they need into the terrain to fight the fire. And that has been one of the big obstacles with the Caldor Fire. Again, we're here on Highway 89 with numerous spot fires just back behind us here. The winds are expected to pick up around noon. They're going to be gusting around 25, 35 miles per hour, even higher, of course, on some of those ridge tops. And it's going to be a very busy day for firefighters. That red flag warning in effect until 11 o'clock Wednesday night. And as Rob told you, those winds are going to be high during the day today and also for much of the day on Wednesday. And unfortunately, this is going to be pushing that fire closer to Myers and then eventually pushing it closer to South Lake Tahoe. Now, we're going to be out here throughout the morning giving you updates on the fire movement, where it's going and where it is. But again, right now, crossing Highway 89 in the Tahoe Basin. That's a look at what's happening. Back inside to you, Bria.
Tracy, thank you. Something we will be monitoring throughout the day.